Hey, hi, hello, how are you? I'm Pia, and today we're talking about my 5-star prediction. So I have done 5-star predictions videos in the past, and they haven't turned out the best. I'd say I have like a 50% accuracy rate. Things are going to change. Things are going to change. I feel like I've selected a great bunch of books that I'm really excited about, and I really think I'm gonna love. So I can't wait to talk to you about them and be completely wrong. Hopefully I will do a follow-up video soon of reading these 5-star predictions and finding out whether or not I was right. But for now, here's the list of the books I think I'm gonna give 5 stars. First, we have The Idiot. This is a lit fic. Many of these are lit fic because I love lit fic and I often give lit fic 5 stars. So that's the first point for The Idiot. Second, this is not The Idiot by, I was gonna say Tchaikovsky, and I'm pretty sure that's a composer. This is a book set in Boston. Hi, I go to school in Boston. So another point. I'm on 3. 3! It has an academia element. I love me some academia. Looking like it's gonna be a good book. Should I give you a synopsis? It's literary fiction, so like honestly, like what is a synopsis of a literary fiction book except like introspection on a whole new level? It's set in the 90s. I love the 90s. Like chokers, flannels, clueless? I don't know. This sounds exactly up my alley. I think I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I just think I will. Next up is Modern Lovers. Now, Modern Lovers has a lot of things going for it as well. 1 point, it is lit fic. Lit fic, I tell you. Literary fiction, contemporary fiction. Actually, it might be more contemporary fiction. I don't know. I don't research these things ahead of time.
I know less about women than anyone in the world.
This is point 2 for being an Emma Straub book. I have read 2 Emma Straub books and given them 5 stars. I read one that I gave 3 stars, but we don't talk about that. And I'm just waiting for my next Emma Straub book to give 5 stars, and I think it can happen. She has the potential. I see her potential, and it's there. It's there. I just want her to be a like autobiography for me at this point. So I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to give Modern Lovers a go. Here's another reason. Point number 3 for this book is that this book was comped on Cleopatra and Frankenstein, one of my favorite books of 2022. So another point for Modern Lovers. It's about a group of friends from college whose children are now going to college. That's what I've got for you. Next, we have a bit of a riskier pick. And now I love to take risks. I love to take risks. Should I be taking risks in a 5-star prediction video? I'm not sure, but I'm here to do it anyway. Clytemnestra is a book that I have had my eye on since it was on NetGalley. One thing about me, let me tell you one thing about me. If you know anything about me, you will know that, gosh darn it, do I love Clytemnestra. I love her with all of my heart.
I burn, I pine, I perish.
I think she's the baddest bitch. I have written papers upon papers about Clytemnestra. I've read Agamemnon multiple times, read the Orestes trilogy, like it is in my brain. It will never leave my thoughts. Like I will never stop thinking about Clytemnestra and Agamemnon and how Agamemnon is in like literally like the book for like 10 seconds and it's crazy. Anyway, but I'm ready for someone to like delve into her story. I'm ready for someone to give her the rights that she deserves. And I think that's why I'm so excited about this book. I don't know what the reviews are saying. I don't know like anything about the author, anything about like the story, but I do know that I love the character, and if they do the character, they being the author, if they do the character justice, then I think we'll have a pretty good shot of getting it 5 stars. I love Clytemnestra. I love me the baddest bitch in the motherfucking town. Oh my god, so good. Next up is another risky one. I love to take a risk, but I also love to be surprised. So this is a book that I think might surprise me, and that is Before the Coffee Gets Cold. This is a book. It's a little pinch of a book, and I love a novella. Is this a novella? Can I call it? What's novella length? Is that 250 or shorter, or is that, am I thinking of something else? Yeah, I would call it a novella. It's 200 and something pages. This is a translated work, which that's a point. That's a point in and of itself. I love translated fiction. I have nothing to stand on for that statement, actually. I love translation. I mean, I think the art of translation is really cool. And anyway, this is about a little like magical little cafe. I was gonna call it a bistro, and I don't know why. It's a magical little cafe where if you sit down at a table, you can sit down across from someone who's not alive anymore, and that sounds beautiful. Oh, I just read the word Alzheimer's and I was like, oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh, I'm actually gonna actively cry reading this synopsis.
Do you want to see me cry?
Okay, there's time traveling. I kind of love time traveling if it has a kooky, fun little hinge to it, and this seems like, I mean, it's like literally a cafe. It's kind of giving me Under the Whispering Door. It's giving me Under the Whispering Door vibes, and I really like the vibes of those books. That book. It's only one, and this is a series, and I've been told I would like it. I've had friends who have really liked it. That's a bonus point. Bonus point for I have had friends that gave this 5 stars and told me I would like it. Actually, I don't know if they told me that I would like it. specifically, but I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say, yeah, they told me specifically, me, Pia, that I would love this book, and I'm putting in my 5-star predictions. Can you tell me not to? No. Okay. This is another risk, but I love taking risks. Every book on this list is a risk because I could be wrong, and I like hate nothing more than being wrong because I'm never wrong. Actually, like, I've never been wrong a day in my life, but I think I could possibly maybe in some life, this one or the next, give A Darker Shade of Magic 5 stars. I think it could happen. I think I like V.E. Schwab. I really enjoyed that book called that one with the girl and she goes to Paris and she's dead, but she's like not remembered and she's like eternal, and there's like the guy who's like a creepy demon, but he's kind of hot. And then there's like the guy with the glasses who's nerdy and fun, and he like also has a curse. And I don't know what this is called. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I really liked that book. I've liked other works by V.E. Schwab, and this seems like a fantasy book for me. I'm not trying to start any series. If you've seen, I want to do like those series, get out of the way. I want to do those series finishing videos because it has come to my attention I have a lot of series that I'm currently reading, but I would love to start a new one because I'm always in a start of something new phase in my life. Oh, yeah. This is about London. A, I love London. B, I'm in London right now.
We're in England.
As you're watching this video, actively could be in London. It's possible. Who knows? C, I really like the world in this. The magic systems seem fun. The different dimensions, not dimensions, but like the different Londons seem really fun and kooky. And D, I need a new fantasy. This one's a beloved one. I think I'll give it 5 stars. I think I know my fantasy taste pretty well at this point. Like, I don't like too much fantasy, and I think this seems like not too much fantasy to me. Next up is a book that has things going for it and things that are detracting from it, but I'm trying to be, how you say, adventurous with my reading. So this is Her Body and Other Parties. This is by Carmen Maria Machado. I have read In the Dream House. I've actually read 1 or 2 stories from this, 1 maybe, and I love Carmen Maria Machado. I have written papers on Carmen Maria Machado, and I gave In the Dream House 5 stars. Point. Give her 5 stars. And I want to read this book. I, again, as I was going into In the Dream House, I'm very scared to read this book because it is covering a lot of things that I don't know if I personally can read about and not like, let's close the page and not talk about that again. But I think it could be like a really good experience, and maybe we'll grow and learn, and maybe we'll, I don't know, maybe it'll just be a good time. Maybe it's just like the words are just so well written, they're so like pretty on the paper, and I will really like it, and it won't make me sad or triggered at all. So I'm hoping for that. It's also -1 point for being a short story collection because gosh darn it, do I not like a short story collection. I don't like a short story. I don't like them at all. I don't like writing them. I don't like reading them. I don't want to hear about a short story. If it is short and a story, get it out of here. I am adding another point because it's Carmen Maria Machado, adding another point because I have read Inventory, and subtracting another point because I did get triggered from reading Inventory, adding another point because the cover is really cute, adding another point because I've heard really good things about it. I don't know how many points that adds up to. I didn't actually know I was keeping score this whole time, but I guess I am. Why? No one knows. What's the point? Also, no one knows. Next, another book I think I'm gonna love and give 5 stars is Sex Cult Nun. Now, I love nonfiction. It's a fun fact about me, I don't read a lot of nonfiction. When I get a good nonfiction audiobook, especially if it's a memoir, especially if it's read by the author, top tier. Top tier. God tier. This is a book about a cult. I don't know if you could tell. And which cult is this about? I actually don't recall. I get really scared by cults, to be honest. I don't know if I'm super susceptible. I don't know if I would consider myself super susceptible to them, but they do freak me out a lot. But I also am so intrigued that I also have to keep reading and watching documentaries about them. Okay, so it's about the Children of God cult, which honestly is not ringing a bell. It sounds familiar, but so many of these cults are really the same. I mean, like, cult leaders, you need to get a little more creative with like your tactics and stuff, but like, I mean, I guess if it works, it works. But I don't recall much about this book is about, except about being someone who was in a cult and is no longer in a cult and is now speaking out about it. And that seems like a good enough synopsis to me. Sounds interesting, sounds harrowing. Sounds probably hard to read at times. Sounds like a great audiobook, to be honest, so really excited about that one. I have a couple of YA on here. I'm always looking for a 5-star YA contemporary romance, and I find it sometimes. And sometimes they just really hit the nail on the head. I've read a handful of 5-star YA contemporaries this year that really did something right. And there are a few that I think could also. One is I'm losing my voice, like actively. One is Reggie and Delilah's Year of Falling. Now, I have read one other book by this author, so -1 point for the fact that I didn't really like that book, but I could see myself liking this book. I actually did kind of start it, not really. I'm pretty sure my audiobook loan was expiring, or I was just really not in the mood for it. Can't remember exactly, but
I'm very focused.
You're not even looking at me right now.
I thought I saw something shiny.
I would really like to read this book because +1 point, it's about musicians, and I love books about music so much. I love talking to people about music. I love hearing people talk about music. And I just really love a good old tune. I think that is one thing that I would really like about this. I actually don't know what else this is about other than the fact that it's about music. I don't know. I think I would really like it. It's getting good reviews. +1 point, getting good reviews. I think I could like the author. Again, maybe. I don't know. Musicians. They get me every time. Literally, like, there's a guitar on the cover and I'm like, okay, I'll read it. Speaking of, You, Me, and the Heartstrings. You, Me, and the Heartstrings. I'm sorry, that was like a hard one to say. You, Me, and the Heartstrings is a book that I have thought about endlessly because this cover sticks in my mind for some reason. It like really like got on that like school glue and like stuck right there. For the life of me, I cannot think of what the synopsis of this book is. So let me tell you. Oh my gosh, why is it called You, Me, and Our Heartstrings? It's called You, Me, and Our Heartstrings. I got the title wrong. Sounds about right. I think it's set in New York. Love that. +1 point for being set in New York. Love that. Juilliard audition. Love that too. We've got a cello prodigy and a violinist. We've got disability rep. We have a character named Noah, and I am a sucker for a character named Noah. Like ever since I read Girl Online, like in 7th grade, like give me a musician named Noah, like give it to me. But like I honestly don't know how this book did, like critically. I don't know if people liked this book to be honest, but it has like stuck with me for a really long time. I should probably freaking read it. I think I'll like it. I've lost so much confidence in this video. I'm going to love this book. I'm gonna love the shit out of it. I'm gonna love it so much. And then the last book I have on here is another book I think I'm gonna love. What if I just like pivoted and I was just like, actually, let me talk about books I think I'm gonna hate. Just for like a cute little like twist ending. The last book on my list of 5-star predictions. Let me stop like tricking you about what the plot of this video is. Another book I think I'm gonna love is Death in Her Hands by Otessa something. This is the author of My Year of Rest and Relaxation. And now I almost put that book on this list. And then I was like, could use a nap, but not really this book. So I put this one on the list because I've actually heard it compared to one of my favorite horror books, and this is not a horror, it's kind of like literary fiction, say it with me, but I have heard it compared to We Spread, which I love because it's a book about losing your mind. I love that. We're all losing our minds, you know, slowly but surely. And it's about an older woman who's like aging and like randomly gets obsessed with like this crime that she thinks happened. And I think that sounds so crazy and so fun. I've heard it's character driven and not very plot heavy, which is fun. And I definitely like want to start with this author in general, and I think this is like where I should start, especially since like I'm really intrigued by the premise and it has been compared to a book I really like. I think I could give it 5 stars. It could be like the perfect little match. Anyway, that was this video. If you think I'm gonna give any of these books 5 stars and want to cheer me on in the comments down below, please be sure to do that. Like I said, we'll have a follow-up video to this sometime in the future soon, hopefully reading these 5-star predictions. But yes, as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to all the things, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!